riding with Andrew today. We're doing client meetings in Dallas. I wanted to talk to Andrew and work with Andrew and see how he, in a very remote world, engages with clients in person. So you're based in Florida. How often do you make the trips out here to meet with the clients, would you say?
So Dallas is a monthly trip at this point, sometimes more. Which is twofold, right? There's obviously coming out here to, get in front of existing clients, and, whether we'll be, reviewing an initiative or just running a quarterly business review. But then also, obviously, we have the team out here as well. So you want to come out here and see the team and spend time with them.
That's the other thing I notice is you're very busy. I've been to Dallas now. This is my third time. And every time you're always packing your days with these client meetings. Is that hard to coordinate multiple company schedules? And then Dallas is also really big, like figuring out how long it's going to take you to get between calls and things like that. Like, how do you?
Yeah, no, there's some thought that goes into it, just understanding where they are, the time of day that, the meeting's going to be, and trying to factor that in, because, you pretty much have to give yourself at least an hour in between any type of meeting. So really during the day, you're looking at, probably three solid meetings with, different organizations, because, the time spent in front of people and in person is much more valuable than time on the phone, right? When you go into a Zoom call, you have an hour carved out. Somebody's gonna have something that, immediately following that. Where a lot of times when you're meeting in person, there's a little bit of an open-ended side of it. So they typically go longer and they're more meaningful for all parties involved.
Do you ever travel to other places in the United States to meet with client meetings?
Yep. Yeah, all over. I mean, we're going there. I mean, I go to California, we go to Georgia, in the Mid-Atlantic. It depends, right? I mean, when we're always trying to get in front of organizations, to go spend time with them. Plus, whenever you're able to get, in between their walls, you get a feeling of what's happening within the business.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all over the country.
This question is going to be like a no-brainer for you. Wanting to get inside the mind, like, why do you go that extra mile to meet with customers in person? Why are you doing this? Why do you travel?
One of the most important aspects of a relationship that we have with an organization is trust. They have to thoroughly trust you. Prime example is the meeting that we were just in.
Yeah.
They were looking for us to help put the direction together of what they should do, and then they just say basically yes, right? So it's not always like that, but in order for us to be able to provide information and guidance to them, they have to trust us. And I personally feel that the only way to really garner that trust and respect is to actually know the person.
Yeah.
People do business with people. That's what it is, right? Relationships drive a lot of what's happening out here in the space. Now, you got to be good at what you do, period. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much they like you. But that's really the main purpose of it, is to get there, to continue to build the trust, and also show them things, right? I mean, especially right now, we have this, with the platform and the onboarding, getting in front of people to kind of show this to them, walk them through it, kind of handhold on that side goes a lot further than sitting on a video conference call where they're most likely going to be multitasking.
Yeah, that's true. There's you can't really multitask.
No.
I mean, without being rude.
That's right.
When you're face to face with somebody.
That's right.
In an in-person meeting.
Yeah, it gets to know them. We'll break some bread, have a drink with them, right? Coffee, whatever it is. I mean, that stuff goes a long way.
And do you think that this is a more effective way of uncovering like new opportunities as well?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, when they're, when you're on an agenda, like a video conference, you're there for a specific reason to talk about a specific thing.
Yeah.
Whenever you're in front of people, you can kind of, you're opening up and everybody's talking about more, right? So you kind of have that open-ended conversation. But yeah, I mean, you're constantly learning more about the organization. The more we know about the organization, the more we understand how we can help overall.
You hear it all the time where people are like, this could have been an email. Do you think that most clients feel like it's a valuable use of their time meeting with you in person? Do you think that they see the value in you traveling and then booking a meeting with them in person? Like, do you think that clients see a value in what you're doing?
For the most part, yes. I mean, I think there's always ones that, maybe care or don't care.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think they do appreciate it. They don't take it for granted. They understand that you're out there, that you're away from your family, you're away from your home, right? And you're there for their benefit, which I think does go a long way. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. With the age of AI, a lot of people don't even want to pick up the phone and call a restaurant to order something. Do you think that you get more of an edge just bringing in that human connection?
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, to the point of AI or any other disruptive or emerging technology, being there in front of somebody to be able to help explain what these things are, right? Because a lot of what we do is that we're informing around, some of the technology that's coming up, right? Things that are available to them. Prime examples of, the company we just met with is a restaurant chain running a PBX today, right? I mean, they're about to be, when they move into the new hosted platform, they're going to have all kinds of technology that's going to be available to them now that was not available to them before, and they don't know how to use it, right? So to that point, yes, I mean, I think everybody has gone remote workforce. They've kind of gone away from sitting down and across the table from somebody and talking.
Yeah.
So it does, for a lot of reasons, help. And it's the real person, right? It's not like, to your point about AI generated emails or whatever it is, right? It is, you're talking to the person, you're doing business with the person.
Is there an example where an in-person meeting led to breakthrough, or do you think strengthened a relationship?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Can you give us an example? Tell a story?
Yeah, of course. So there's a national commercial real estate firm that we work with, and this was a customer that was a previous customer of Mercury. So they've done, basically just looked at them as voice only. And we went in and met with the VP of IT, and it was kind of the first time when we were in person talking. We were kind of going through kind of our backgrounds and everything, and then what that did was presented an opportunity to speak to some of the more complex technologies that we have a lot of experience with, like infrastructure and cybersecurity and things of that nature. And that opened up the door to basically that aspect of their landscape, which we now work with, right? We've done multiple cyber engagements. We're working with them on the infrastructure side, right? And then obviously the traditional voice and data services, which are, for all intents and purposes, pass through at that point whenever you're able to add that much value around some of those more complex technologies.
So do you think you broke through a little bit more meeting in person, whereas they were like, okay, Mercury, they just do our phones. Procure just does our phones now. And then just getting them to sit down and say, understand, what do you have going on? This is what we do now. And then they were just kind of like, oh, dude, let's get to work.
And especially now that as we onboard them into the platform and we're actually showing them, right, with looking at all the services they're using and the ability to kind of manage all that and the insights and the information, the data that's coming from that, they're even able to see that, even more around what we've helped them with and what we haven't helped them with, and how we can really do a lot more than what we've even done up to this point. How
do you balance the effort that you put in to do this, to travel, and then with your other responsibilities,
time management?
So just time management period. This day's grayed out. Just managing your time good just makes it so it doesn't really just make you behind on your other stuff that you're working on.
Unfortunately, there's not enough time in the day to do everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to do the things that you need to do. So your time and then organizing the tasks, but also it's surrounding yourself with people that can help with these things and trusting them to be able to get it done.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there is, right, I do have my finger on the pulse of a lot of different things that are happening, but not everything is my responsibility. It would be my responsibility for it to go well, or if it goes bad, it's my responsibility. But that's what it is, right? And you try to not multitask in terms of doing multiple different things at once, right? You focus on a task, you put your head down, you get it done, and then you check it off the list and you can move on to the next one. Because your mind can only take so many different moving parts at once. Otherwise, you'd just be doing a below average job at everything.
Yeah, that's true. And then I got to ask about, so what's your fear with plugging the phone in at the rental car?
Oh, my fear of plugging the phone in?
Yeah.
I don't care to spend the time to do it.
You think they're taking data? Oh, you just don't want to set it up.
I don't feel like fooling with it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a security thing. Like you didn't want the car to take your data.
No, because you can do it wirelessly.
Okay.
No, I just don't. I don't care to set it up.
Gotcha.
I just get in and go, right?
Well, cool. Well, thanks for taking me with you today on the ride along. Thanks for taking me to the call and
happy to have you here.
Get
Thank
me
you
lunch.
for coming.
Can I drive?
Of course you can.
If I wasn't leaving. We do got to get gas though. We're gonna run out of gas.
Oh yeah, dude, I need to do that right now. Good call.